So, for today's little knowledge exploration, I'm just going to read a couple of text messages. They're quite long. To give a little premise, this is my very intellectual, spiritual friend. We just like ideating with each other, and here's something we talked about this morning that I thought could be helpful for other people to feed off of the thoughts of. So, this is his text to me. I really don't like high and low vibrational. It sets up a binary where we're judge worthy if we're bad vibration and we're expected to be holy all the time, when what holiness really means is that even the low vibrations are just the same nature, the same thing as the high vibrations. It's just resonating at a different frequency. That's the illusion. The reality is, regardless of the difference, the nature remains the same and is therefore inherently worthy of love no matter what its form of expression. Sometimes a form of love is literally starving an old frequency of your emotional energy by starving it attention. And when I'm saying it, I literally mean it, the old frequency of belief. So the way to change it is to feed a new belief and frequency or way of being with at least the same or ideally far more emotional charge than the old belief we're trying to change. But whether a state of being is desirable to us or not is totally irrelevant to whether it changes. The key is what state is being charged by my attention and my emotion. Because where attention goes, my energy flows, and my emotion is energy in motion. If a frequency is truly below us and we are to rise above it, if it is truly our old snakeskin to shed, then I shouldn't need to even speak on it if I don't want nor give it any excess of attention, because if I'm paying attention to it, I'm an energetic match for that on some level. What are your thoughts? The skin needs attention only to the degree that we know it's the old frequency, not the new. Its time is passing. The new frequency is like an order at a restaurant. You know it's coming, so it does, even if it's taking a bit long. Same thing with an old printer. You know once you load up that document, you know it'll be printed, just delayed. So all states are actually worthy of love. So I should train myself to be more tolerant of the whole scale of emotion and giving lots of love to the entire scale so that it's liberated to play freely and so it can harmonize over time, as opposed to judging the frequencies believed to be below us. And then this was my response. What came up for me when I read this was the difference in feeling, surface level, and knowing, foundational. Like you said, the low vibration is powered by the categorization of it being below you. Perception alchemizes negative feelings when wholly embraced. Like when I was in the hospital, I wasn't feeling the ecstasy and warmth of gratitude. In fact, I was feeling things like smallness and sadness. But the foundational awareness (parentheses love) of life's ebbs and flows, of the importance of contrast, of faith, etc., allowed me to not let those negative feelings be in the driver's seat of my experience. Gratitude was still at the foundation, even though I wasn't feeling it on the surface. Like you mentioned, I think we get into tricky territory with modern spiritual narratives of associating a yes to only positive feelings, and that leads to bypassing and numbing experience. Carving the pathway for a desired reality to come starts foundationally with wholly accepting where you are, dissolving the lines between past, present, and future. My train of thought, I guess, lands on the notion of surrender. Like you sent me once from, I think, Neuroknowledge's story, to sit calm in the chaos instead of trying to calm the chaos. And that relates back to the ideas of externalization versus internalization and emotional independence or dependence. Being more wholly aware, deepening your faith, which is really just deepening awareness of our divinity, and therefore surrender of any current reality, wherever it is on the spectrum of feeling, low or high, is really what seems to open the channel, to hold the power of being a creator in your life. Not so much attaining a feeling or vibration, but embracing the current one. Those ideas don't exactly feel finished, but those are some knowledge points that came up. And I thought of how most who have a major spiritual awakening or transcendent transformation went through a deep period of darkness prior to that. I think it's important to realize it is all a gift. It is all a miracle. It is all vital to the collective story in ways we can barely comprehend with the human mind. Just think of the million happy accidents that are happening in this moment. You never know how a random, big, or little thing will play in the story. The beauty is so grand, in the tears, in the hugs, in the screams, in the brokenness, in the unity, in the laughs, in it all. And that perception feeds gratitude, feeds surrender, and therefore gives us the power back of realizing how we are the creators of reality and using that for bringing light into the world. For, like that Buckminster Fulton quote speaks of, that model renders forces of evil controlling us obsolete, for even the darkness, the low vibration, is at our advantage. Being a powerful creator of reality is synonymous with dancing to the story's song, and then in turn, we have a louder voice in the story. And yeah, that's what I'm going to share with you today. And now I hand the baton to you. What did that make you think of? Any thoughts or notions on the ideas of surrender or high or low vibrations? Let me know. And this friend actually shared this with me, which I really love. Be seriously lighthearted, my friends. Love you.